Hi dear parents, today I am going to read out an open letter which I have written for all the parents, for you and for me. This letter is stress to strength. This letter is related to the studies pressure which we put on our children. I am reading this letter. I have already written a blog on this, the link of which I'll attach with this video. But I'm reading because I want to reach out to the people who are not readers but listeners. So here's the letter for you all. The new academic term of our children going to kindergarten is on the nook. The schools have already loaded us with the syllabus and the books, and we despo parents have gone through each and every page minutely of the syllabus of our children. Even before the child starts going to school, we have already started stressing ourselves and our children with the pressure. Every parent expects their child to excel in the class. But here, I want the parents to very clearly understand that we have to keep academic pressure simple and age appropriate. I need you all to underline this word, simple and age appropriate. Most of the times, parents tangle themselves in the rat race and completely forget that children are individuals and each and every child will act and react differently. The syllabus of any standard is a general setup. It's not tailor-stitched, it's a general setup. Each child is different and all children perform differently. Only completing the syllabus or getting A+ should not be our goal or the parameter to decide the child's intelligence. We need to understand what to expect from our child. I think we need to frame proper questions to get proper answers. Sometimes our over-expectation leads us in a miserable situation. I'm sure every parent today is in a miserable situation when academics comes into the picture. One should expect efforts, not the result. I also want the parents to underline that we need to expect only efforts that the child needs to put in, not the result. And not the perfection also. The completion of syllabus or getting distinction is not a benchmark to a child's success. What matters is how much out of that syllabus the child has actually understood and absorbed. As the understanding and absorption, what the children gain will make the foundation strong. Most of the time in the schools it has started happening that lot of concepts are being introduced and enough time is not given to the concepts for the child to understand. So what happens is that child gets very little time to understand and the next day a new concept is there. The parents even don't understand that this time has to be given to the child to understand the concept. And the result is that rote learning starts happening. The schools have loaded the children with heavy academic pressure. The kindergarten curriculum of most of the schools is too heavy for a 3 to 5 year old children to understand. Only option left with us parents is rote learning because we want ourselves to be in pace with the school syllabus. The schools are running with syllabus. No concept, as I said earlier, is given proper time to understand. Most of the times, the concepts are just introduced and left out for rote learning. Children do not get enough time, and nor even we parents bother to give them that enough time for understanding. Parents here have to play an important role. Rather than pushing the child to complete the syllabus, we ourselves should calm down and tailor-stitch the syllabus according to our child's age and acceptance and capabilities and interest of our child. Instead of completing the syllabus, let's divide it into our child's acceptance and understanding levels. It will be much easier. If the school is introducing, suppose, say 5 concepts, but if our child understands 2 concepts, but with depth, I think we should go for it. We should not run behind those five concepts to just finish it off. So I think these two concepts, if the child is thorough with, it will pay on a long run. The right skills for the right age. I think even this needs to be underlined. The routine of a kindergarten child is hectic to the level, to the extent that it outbeats the routine of a board student. Nowadays, when we meet children of nursery, they always have to say, "Iski exam hai, isliye ye miss karega. Iski exam hai, isliye play time. We have cut short the play time." I mean, we need to understand that children are in kindergarten. I have seen children dropping in their interest in studies when they reach 4th standard, 5th standard. Till 2nd, 3rd standard, they are rankers, and suddenly they drop down. We are in the race where our child should know everything. I mean, if in a gathering our child does not know anything, it's a shame on us. So I think we need to come out of that taboo. Not everything will the child know. So we need not feel ashamed of that thing. कि अगर कहीं भी किसी ने पूछ लिया and the child is not able to answer 5 names of fruits, it's not the end of the world. As soon as the school starts, parents don't even think to develop the child's fine motors, the sensorials. They don't even care कि इसका ये develop हुआ है कि नहीं. They start whatever the school has given, लिखना है तो लिखना है. Though the child has not developed his fine motors, his sensorials are not developed, but these things should be given importance because they act in a child's overall development. Parents are not ready to wait. They are not ready to wait. They fear that this waiting period will lack their child in the classroom. They think very short term. They means I term myself also in this day. We feel that if we wait and allow our child to develop on his pace, the child will lag in the class. So with this fear, we start sending the children to tuitions and we start giving them extra study time. We cut off their play time. And this is where the child literally loses interest in studies. My dear parents, this thought process really needs to go through a change. We need to redefine the definition of stress. We need to think that everything has its own growing period, and that period should be given. If we do not give time, it will somewhere hamper the growth of our child. The best example that I can give here, if a mom thinks 9 months is a pretty long time for me to deliver a baby, I'll deliver this baby in 4 months. Just think, what is the scenario? This question or this example which I have put has lot of answers and lot of understanding if you go through. If the mother says that no, 9 months for me to deliver a baby is a pretty long time, I want this baby out of my womb in just 4 months. Now what about the growth of that baby? Will we allow that baby to come out in 4 months? No. The same thing, if you just think this example and relate this example with the growth of our children, what we are doing has a lot of connection in it. If you go to see, we are doing the same thing. We are not allowing the child to be in the womb for 9 months. We are taking the child out in 4 months and expecting the child to act as if he's come out having its own matured period. So I think anytime when you feel yourself little low that the child is not coping up or the child is not doing this with the class, I think you need to remind this example that क्या हम इसको 4 महीने में तो बाहर नहीं निकाल रहे हैं, and 4 महीने में निकालने के बाद are we not expecting too much out of this? I think this example will help you because this example has helped me to define my stress. The answer to this question is the conclusion of the whole topic, and I will not go too much into deep of this, but I think if you give yourself time and think about this example, you will very well relate and you will be able to answer yourself and then help yourself to deal with your children. You are smart enough to know the consequences of this episode, this 9 months episode I'm talking. Just connect this episode to what we do with our children when they go to kindergarten. So the message is, calm yourself first and learn to wait. Don't haste just because all are running. tips to keep our minds and kids happy. A few tips which I have just jotted down. If the kids are imperfect, that's okay. I mean, this line we should keep in our minds, that if kids are imperfect, that's just all right, because everyone on this universe is imperfect. That is what I believe. There is no perfect human being on this universe. Schedule daily relaxing activities for yourself and for your child. Come what may. If there is exam, if there is study, if there is homework, if there is test, anything maybe. So that time has to be given to the children. Understand that kids learn in different ways. Not every child will learn in the classroom, and not every child will learn the way you teach. So you need to teach the children the way they learn. Try to see positive in children. And I always say that avoid negative statements and replace them with positive statements. It's a difficult task and not a one-day job also for us, because to make this change, we need to undergo a lot of thinking, a lot of thought process, a lot of brainstorming. But it's not difficult or not impossible at all. Thank you.